My question is, why why did he destroy Sodom and Gomorrah? Because we know that he's a loving God, but I don't know why he would do that.
So
It may be a boneheaded question, but
I don't understand what do you mean why he would do that. He's also holy and just and righteous, right?
yes.
So pitting one characteristic against another?
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Are you pitting one? You just focus on one characteristic of God, His love, but ignore that He's also holy and just and righteous. So why are you pitting His characteristics against each other?
You have a point there. That makes sense.
Yeah. So the real question is, did these inhabitants deserve what they get because God in His patience waited and gave them enough warning to heed His threat of judgment, and instead of turning to Him, they oppressed and suppressed and justified their sin, defying Him to His face? That's actually the real question. And then what is God to do with that?
Yeah, I mean, you have a point there. They
Yeah,
weren't being holy, and they were disobeying him. So he was just
yeah. So that's the whole point. So when you overemphasize one characteristic of God to the expense of others, you're going to have an imbalanced view of God, and you're going to sit in judgment of God.
okay.
Right? Good question
Yeah.
if you're here, but yeah. So we take the Bible in its totality. In fact, just to assure you that God's desire wasn't to destroy them, if you actually read the narrative, it shows you that God is a patient, loving God whose desire is not to destroy, but to forgive. Because what did Abraham say to God when God said, though the report is they've been wicked, I don't just go by what he said or she said, I go by what I know to be a fact. So God is teaching you an abject lesson.
Yeah.
You
So
don't
they were.
go by
He was
what
warning
someone tells
them
you.
the whole time.
Say it again.
So yeah, he was warning them the whole time. It wasn't just like he randomly decided to destroy.
Yeah.
He,
But
he
yeah,
was
but beyond that, what God is trying to teach you, because in Genesis 18:20-21, he discloses to Abraham that he's going down to Sodom to verify what he was told about Sodom and Gomorrah is true. Because God is appearing as a man, and he's speaking as a man, and as a man, he has to travel from point A to point B and verify things personally. So what the lesson God is giving you is, I don't simply go by what someone says. If I'm going to act, it's because I know the certainty of the situation. Abject lesson: you don't rush to judgment because of hearsay or secondhand information. Verify the facts before you make a judgment call. That's number one. That's Genesis 18:20-21. Secondly, to reveal his heart, when Abraham said, if you find 50 righteous, he goes, for the sake of the 50, I'll spare the whole city. And he brought it down to 10. So when God destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah, what did that tell you? It was so wicked and evil, there weren't even 10 righteous.
yeah.
So is that an indictment against God, or is that actually an argument of God's patience, justice, goodness, love, mercy, and holiness and righteousness being displayed perfectly, showing that he doesn't want to destroy, but if the situation is irremediable, because people don't submit to him and repent, the only solution is to then destroy and cut off that spiritual cancer from spreading any further.
Yeah, he was doing us all a favor, basically. So.
Well, yeah, I like the way you put it. But yeah, any other questions, my friend?
No, thank you. I'm a big fan.